So, weiter geht's mit Genshin und wo muss ich hin? Master Zengbot Wonder Course. Okay. Genau, stimmt. Das ist der Typ, der keinen vernünftigen Teleportpunkt hat. Irgendwie hat eigentlich komplett Leo Harbor keinen vernünftigen Teleportpunkt. Die oberen Bereiche müssen auf dem Berg spawnen, runterfliegen und für hier muss man durch die halbe Stadt rennen. Okay, ja, es geht. Inazuma und Mondstadt haben mich verwöhnt, wo man immer runterfliegen kann von oben. Aber okay. Man kann nicht alles haben. So, Sang, Zange. Muss mal an Zange denken.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf, or do you need something forged?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something called a Wonder Core.
Of course I have. Sorry, who's asking?
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past, for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry, my brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon, even folks who don't make it to the opera all that often. Like myself. So, you're here to ask about Wonder Cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for Lady Ningguang back when she was building the original Jade Chamber. The types of ore needed to make Wonder Cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you've brought any yourselves?
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Sure. Well, you'll need two kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrosium. If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter Iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, that's trickier. It's all but unheard of on the market.
Then where do we start?
I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can pinpoint the location of the stuff. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter Iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any locals, ask them a few questions about Subrosium.
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. We should head straight there.
Ist das nicht der Berg, wo ich mich mal hinporte? Oder ist es southwestern Side of Mount Tianheng? Mount Tianheng. Tianheng. Ja. Es ist unten, verdammt. Oben wäre mir lieber gewesen.
Can't catch me.
Hätte ich nur Erz sammeln können. Ah, ich sehe schon glitzern.
I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top.
Ach, das ist das Ding mit dem Wasserfall, wo man hinterlaufen kann. Ganz vergessen, dass es den Ort gab.
This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic towering peaks and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite.
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
What a nasty piece of work. Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place.
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
No, don't do it, little girl.
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air. That's how the opera ends.
Look at Sean here.
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon. Let's go get ourselves some Star Splinter Iron. Yeah!
Nein, ich bin noch am Kauen. Okay, runter damit. By guns, times like dust passing. Use visions to find the... Mann, ist das schwer. Okay, das sind Geosiegel. Aha. Die haben hier vorher aber nicht geklebt, oder? Okay, es war doch nicht so einfach. Moment. Denn hier in der Ecke irgendwo. Nein, nicht Charakter wechseln.
Can't catch me.
Die werden doch irgendwo oben sein, wo man erst hinklettern muss. Ja, da oben. Ja, wobei das ist Core Lapis, oder? Nee, das ist das komische neue Zeug. Also neu. Zählt als Questobjekt offenbar. Oder kann man das anders benutzen? Das ist ein Questobjekt. Das ist so ein Questobjekt. Das heißt, das hält man wahrscheinlich dann für den Rest der Story hier hinterher. Da leuchtet was, aber das ist es nicht. Aber die Pamora nehme ich trotzdem mit. Die Siegel. Und hier oben versteckt sich das Ding nicht.
I think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhong said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
Ist das nicht ein kaputtes Dorf und das hier sind Banditen? Und hier ist nur ein Hausheile, aber okay.
Hey, there really is someone here.
Ist es der Typ mit dem schwarzen Schwert, der uns die Klinge gegeben hat, weil er irgendwie was Böses getan hat?
Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something? Huh. He didn't seem to catch that.
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if you happen to know anything about Subrosium.
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Well, whatever. Guess we're on our own here. Shenhua, Yunjin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's...
Shenhe.
Shinho. You're alive. The rumors were true. So, all these years?
Ist das der Typ, der verrückt geworden ist, oder? Wahrscheinlich.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium, but I think you can find some information in the village. This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here, so you can rummage around all you want.
Huh? You know this guy, Shenhua?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe.
Okay, then let's see what we can find in this village.
Warum eigentlich mal alle Geheimnisse? Ich will auch wissen, was hier abgeht.
I came back here once before, a few years ago. Alone. I hid it from Master at the time. It was deserted then, too, except for a few low-life bandits. Everyone and everything I remembered was long gone. But as people were passing by, they stopped to admire me. They praised me, telling me I gave off the aura of an Adeptus. I tried explaining to them that I wasn't an Adeptus, just an ordinary person who came from this village. But no one believed me.
Sie scheint so in ihren 20ern zu sein. Höchstens Anfang 30. Ende 20, würde ich mal sagen. Und sie war 6, also 20 Jahre. Es ist schon eine ganze Zeit. 23 Jahre. Aber trotzdem, ich frage mich gerade, läuft die Zeit bei Adepten anders, wenn sie da mehr oder weniger eingesperrt war?
When I saw how run down all these houses were, I felt at a loss. It was like I took a look at the world, and on the surface, it looked like a vast realm with so many places I could go. Then I looked a little closer, and there was nowhere for me to go at all.
Suddenly, so much time has gone by. Everything has changed.
Last time I visited, I felt so upset. But today, I don't know why, but it feels different.
It is easy for your mind to run wild when you are alone. But this time, you are with your friends, aren't you?
Yes, my friends.
Mich würde es nicht wundern, wenn die das gleiche Player-Model hat wie eine gewisse andere Kryo-Tante. Ja, kommt gut hin. War das jetzt das Gespräch für beide? Oder kann ich dich nochmal einzeln ansprechen?
I came back here once before. It was
Okay,
deserted
ja,
then, too.
nein,
I
ja, ja.
tried explaining
Ja, okay.
to them when I saw how run down all.
Suddenly,
Nein,
Last time I
nein.
visited.
it is
Ja.
easy.
Yes,
Okay. Also doch nur einmal ansprechen. Für beide. Das weiß man ja vorher nie. Zack. Pick up. Richtig. Records of a changing village.
The
A
remains
branch,
of a god. An abandoned village. Mount Tianheng.
a branch of family of exorcists used to live in the east of the village. But in around 2 weeks, the mother died of disease. The younger daughter went missing, and shortly after, the father hanged himself on a tree in the yard of his owner. What the fuck? Okay, die Tochter ist wahrscheinlich Shanhei. Die Mutter, okay, Krankheit. Vater, aha. It has been confirmed that traces of an evil god's remains are found in the village. The villagers are panicking, as no one is certain whether the evil god's remains are gone for good. Do be careful when you are in this area.
Does this mean that the true story of the divine damsel of devastation happened right here, in this village? The time frame certainly matches, so it seems we're in the right area. Let's keep looking around.
Records of Changing Village? Changing? Banging? Das nächste ist hier drin.
What's this?
Oh Gott, warum schreiben die so viel? The doctor said you were gravely ill. Gravely? Ja, keine Ahnung. Don't worry, I will give everything I have to save you. My heart bleeds whenever I see you getting wearier. Your illness beyond treatment. Oh, I wish I could suffer the pain for you. You said you had no regrets in this life and that you only wish for me to take good care of Shanhei. But you regret nothing. Why the tears? I don't know what I've been doing lately. I thought I still breath. I feel like an empty shell. I have read all the ancient texts I could get my hands on, looking for ways to save you. But it is utterly futile. I finally found it. It was Mingjun. He had kept the books that could save you hidden. I took it and followed its instructions to summon a god and offer a sacrifice. Oh. Moment. Shanheis Vater wollte die Mutter retten und hat deswegen den Gott beschwört und hat ein Opfer angeboten. Und das war die Frau von Mingyun oder sein eigentlich, keine Ahnung. The god appeared. I told him that I was willing to exchange my life for yours. He kept silent, only pointed at our daughter, Shanhei. The god said her fate was to bear the curse of calamity. What the fuck? And that she was prone to bring harm to those close to her. The god also said that she might even have been the cause of your death. In that case, I thought I should. I left her in the caves that the god mentioned. 3 days have passed and still no news. I grow restless from waiting, seized by an ominous feeling. I'm sorry, my love. Forgive me. You too, Shanhei. Please forgive me. How stupid I was. How blind. Let me apologize to both of you in person. Maybe this is the true story of the divine damsel of devastation.
So, Shenhe is the divine damsel?
Mann, bist du ein Blitzmerker.
Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have noticed it earlier. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple. And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster by her own father. Oh. The truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it. Oh. It looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Sabrosium. Let's have a look over there.
What the fuck? Ist das düster und brutal. Okay. Die guten Storywriter sind offenbar wieder an Bord. Was, Butterfly? War hier oben nicht noch was? Tatsache. Achso, ist ja sowieso weitersuchen. Denn es ist ja ganz praktisch, dass ich es noch im Kopf hatte. Pick up. Mountainous miscellany. Magic engraved on symposium does not wear off easily. Some believe the stone to be a bridge between the living and the dead. However, finding symposium is no easy matter. You need to be at the right place at the right time. Legend has it that you may find symposium if you stand in the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianhang. Tianhang. Es ist kein. Warum sprechen sie ein A, wenn dann E geschrieben ist? Ich verstehe es nicht. Tianhang. At dusk and look in the direction to the setting sun.
So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some symposium. Let's go back and tell Shenhua the news.
Okay, ihr Leben hätte deutlich angenehmer sein können, wenn Ming-Yun das Buch nicht gehabt hätte. Aber konnte Ming-Yun wissen, dass ihr Vater so crazy ist? Nein, konnte er nicht. Was ist denn mit den restlichen Leuten hier im Dorf dann passiert? Aber es sind immer nur irgendwie 4 Häuser oder so in einem Dorf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ja, 5, okay. Und wieso haben die ganzen Häuser alle keinen Boden? Okay, doch, die haben. Ja, gut, die haben Pseudoboden. Aber trotzdem.
Can't catch
Irgendwie. Da.
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was you. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him. I just let things happen, let it all escalate. And, well, we all know how that story ended.
Ich finde schön, dass Song Li als übermächtiges Wesen da einfach mal zugeguckt hat.
I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate, like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shenhua, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhua, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhua, look! This tells us how to find Symposium. All we gotta do is go to the middle of that lake.
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details in the Divine Damsel of Devastation are not true to the facts. So I'd like to change them.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me, I cannot simply dismiss your lived experience in favor of my father's fiction.
It's okay. I like your version.
Huh?
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity to see it for yourself yet.
Shenhua! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go!
Wow.
We can't let someone else beat us to it!
Und ich wette, der See ist nicht. Ja. Okay. Akzeptiere ich als südlich. Wenn das der ganze Berg ist im Endeffekt, dann ist das hier südlich. Auch wenn ich eher von hier ausgehen würde, dann ist es südwestlich, aber ja. Nein, Cancel. Es passt einigermaßen. Ich gebe mich damit zufrieden mit der... Ach komm, wirklich. Wieso ist das so weit in der Mitte? Ich will nicht immer schwimmen und ich will nicht Mona erst vorher auspacken müssen. Lassen wir alle auf die Insel rauf in die Mitte. Das Schau? Look for Symposium. Also das ist definitiv Schau da hinten. Das ist kein Symposium, das ist Schau. Hi.
What brings you here?
Gute Frage. Ich glaube, da unten ist mein Erz. Nee, ist das ein Wiesel? Das ist ein Wiesel.
Have they found a solution to the danger in the sea?
What danger in the sea? Da ist mein Symposium. Warum ist... Was macht Shao hier, hä? Jetzt bin ich verwirrt.
Ningguang didn't tell you. Something has happened in Guyan Stone Forest. According to the contract, as an Adeptus, I should not get involved for now. But these things can be unpredictable. I have a contingency plan of my own.
Shao, what do you...
Only a single mountain lies between here and Liyue Harbor. If things get out of control, I will defend this place myself.
Ah. Sollte das, was jetzt eigentlich hier getriggert wird, nicht erst im Fest kommen, also Lantern Ride?
That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in! Paimon's curious if Beto's made any progress.
Ich will mich mehr wundern, warum hier Schau auf einmal rumsteht. Aber okay. Von mir aus. Stellt einfach mal Schau mitten in die Gegend. Kann man ja mal machen. Warum eigentlich Innerstadt? Achso, weil ich zu Dingens muss. Zum Schmied. Das ergibt Sinn. Andere Frage. Wieso habe ich eigentlich... Wie viele Kristalle habe ich überhaupt noch? Ich habe so viele Waffen jetzt in den letzten Wochen hochgehauen. Also jetzt sind bei den Waffen bei. Bla bla bla. Immer noch 2200, okay. Dann geht's hier noch. Reicht noch locker für 2, 3 Waffen. Master sagen.
Oh, goodness.
So, are they okay?
This is some top quality ore you found. I think I'll get a good end product out of these. Guess now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it'd take a lot of research for him to get up to speed.
Leave the Wonder Cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry. It won't take me too long.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next, but where should we find items relating to the Adepti?
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils. When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber, so she sent me to deliver some Adepti sigils to her. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge that I lack. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you, and I'll take care of those Adepti sigils.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work. Maybe I'll learn something.
Master Zhang, entscheidender Start, Making the Wonder Course und der Adeptus. Okay, das ging schnell und einfach. Danke, Spiel, dass du mitgedacht hast.
The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us.
Wondercore, das ist okay. Die sind jetzt golden. Immer noch Questgegenstände, oder? Wie der Rest hier. Interessant. Mein normaler Adeptenschein, habe ich den überhaupt noch? Glaub nicht. Hab ich den irgendwo? Ah, hier unten ist er, glaube ich. Da ist ein anderes Siegel drauf geschrieben, okay. Sigil of Permission. Und das hier oben ist Adepti Sigil, okay. Das sieht so falsch aus, 2 goldene Items zu bekommen als Questobjekte, aber okay. Ich könnte hinlaufen oder ich fliege runter. Beim Runterfliegen habe ich immer den Vorteil, ich habe den Speedbuff in der Luft. Ja, nee, ist klar. Ich bin jetzt einen Tag unterwegs und das ganze Ding ist hier wieder fertig aufgebaut. Ist klar. Ist schon okay so. Darf ich auf dem Ding landen? Geht das? Bleibt das Ding diesmal auch irgendwie in der Welt, dass man es theoretisch irgendwie erreichen kann? Ah. Ja, irgendwie extrem unspannend hier drauf. Damit haben die wohl nicht gerechnet, dass man da einfach drauf fliegen kann. Also der Bauer. Das ist 1:1 das gleiche Ding nochmal. Also sie haben... Man hätte meinen können, die machen sich die Mühe und bauen ein anderes Haus diesmal drauf. Oder einen neuen Jade Chamber, aber nein. Damit man Zeit spart, hat man einfach das alte Modell genommen. Ich meine, warum das Rad neu erfinden, aber trotzdem. Irgendwie? Wo muss ich hin? Da. Der Zeitraffer ist trotzdem bescheuert.
Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Oh, already? All
Yeah.
3 of you found them together. Okay, I see. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. It seems that we found our winners.
Payment code for the participants together.
I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the Traveler, Yunjin, and Beidou.
What? It's over already? I haven't even found the prostrate yet!
I can't believe it. So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our 3 winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beidou? She was right here.
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
All right then. Guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first. This has been a long time coming. The last time we went up to the Jade Chamber was ages ago.
Ja, eigentlich kommt gut hin, knapp ein Jahr. Rise of the Jade Chamber. Mhm. Das war das.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky. Thank you all for your work. Now it is time for me to fulfill my promise.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement. You are looking for a venue for your new opera, aren't you?
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here, in the newly built Jade Chamber? The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance to be hosted in the heavens. I can think of no better stage for you than here, Miss Yun.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare my props and other articles shortly. Please allow me to bring all these aboard the Jade Chamber.
You're quite welcome. It's truly what a good opera deserves.
Oh, a traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when the time comes.
You're next. What is your question? I should clarify. I do not know your brother's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question on this matter.
Wow. You're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh well. Guess Paimon will ask a question then.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the trends, and instinct for what is a good opportunity. All of these traits are crucial. If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to say that it will work for you.
Wow. Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
Your question was written all over your face. Now look, you helped me rebuild the Jade Chamber, and I intend to repay you handsomely for it. So I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here. I will pay you at the highest rate of remuneration.
Oh, great! So next time we run out of Moro, we just need to come to Ningguang? No more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Me?
Yes, this is a group effort.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'd urge you not to squander it.
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably think of another one.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, you will not be turned away. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
Huh. A sense of belonging.
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it, it always requires a reason. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you will become accustomed to it. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet. I'm a little later than expected.
Come on, Beidou. It's your turn. Do you have a question for Ningguang?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest. Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an ambush.
Glad to hear it. Watch your back. Stay alert.
Beidou? Ningguang? What are you talking about?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. Maybe it's better that you don't know. When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liyue Harbor far below. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of Teyvat. My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence! Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who is that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming.
Beidou sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepta.
No.
Huh?
In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone!
All hands! Tsunami incoming!
What's that? Wait! A giant wave!
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
What are you doing here?
We can't let you be the only one taking this risk!
I hardly see this as a great risk. The people of Liyue Harbor are well prepared, and she is already badly injured. Only sheer willpower is keeping her alive. I may be nearing the end of my stamina, but in a fight to the death, I think I have the upper hand.
We'll help too!
Okay. Das war eine lange
Can't
Cutscene.
catch me.
Und vor allem eine coole.
Burst forth.
Achso, und da sind die Hydroköpfe, okay. Aha. So, kann ich jetzt nicht mal eine Weile angreifen? Nein, nein, nein. Oh, komm. Dürfte ich bitte? Hallo? Ja, cool, klasse.
Think you can bully me?
Live.
I'm confused.
Diana Special!
Mhm. Okay, der Kampf verwirrt mich jetzt gerade. Ich check's mich nicht. Das bleibt aber kein dauerhafter Kampf, oder? Auch wenn es cool wäre. Wir sind gerade mitten im Strudel übrigens. Das ist auch sehr interessant. Wobei man auch davon ausgehen könnte, dass das ein Kanomia ist, in gewisser Weise.
Shaken and stirred!
Ich möchte definitiv gar nicht im nächsten Patch haben. Damit könnte man hier zumindest irgendwas anfangen.
Charge. Let's roll. Can't catch me.
Mhm.
Press the advantage.
Das wollte ich nicht, wohl das.
Boozehound! Scratch down!
Ja, irgendwie? Sehe ich gerade irgendwas? Was übersehe ich jetzt hier?
Attaboy.
Okay.
Coming through.
Jetzt, komm, mach irgendwas.
Where'd that come from?
Ist das nervig gerade.
Coming to be.
Treffe ich zumindest irgendwie? Ja. Jo.
Take your true form!
Könntet ihr mal irgendwie draußen bleiben, damit ich euch auch angreifen kann? Irgendwie. So.
Can't catch me.
Hydras sind kacke.
Let's roll.
Der trifft.
Follow my lead.
Let's go, let's go!
Ih.
Think you can bully me?
Jo. Ist ja gut.
Can't handle your drink, huh?
Das hat jetzt echt einen Kopf gekillt? Was? Ich wollte mich heilen.
Huh, I'm here.
Verdammt.
Do your master's bidding! Manifest! Unleash!
Bam!
Ja, ja, ja.
Who wants some of this?
Nein. Das wollte ich eigentlich nicht, aber okay. Bist du der richtige Kopf da hinten?
Attaboy.
Okay.
She's getting away! Shouldn't we go after her?
This place is unstable. It is too risky to continue pursuing her. If the place collapsed, the consequences would be disastrous. Let's head back.
Okay, lass ihn ran. Jetzt trifft man sie in Kanomia, damit man sie da platt machen kann. Irgendwie sowas. Leave Domain, ja. Wo waren diese ganzen Storywriter bei Inazuma? So, ohne Scheiß. Die Cutscene war wieder extrem geil. Es war irgendwie vorhersehbar in gewisser Weise. Es war ein bisschen Schlag auf Schlag, aber grundsätzlich besser als das meiste, was in Inazuma war. Und ich finde es interessant, dass Keking den Drachenschrei als Waffe geführt hat. Und Elektro und Feuer, glaube ich, unterstützt das Ding. Es macht in gewisser Weise Sinn. Are you alright?
I'm just a little exhausted. Otherwise, fine. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow me. Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury like that, she'll likely seek refuge somewhere else.
How did things go underwater?
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort to finish the job.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted. When you visit the Jade Chamber in the future, you will be afforded generous treatment.
Lady Ningguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyun Stone Forest and the surrounding waters have returned to normal.
Thank you. How are the Millilith?
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were minimal. Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help. On behalf of the entire Millilith, thank you for your service.
Shanghai protected us, just like the hero in the story.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I'll be able to take the compliments. I wasn't trying to be a hero, though. I just wanted to protect you.
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard down. If she returns with a vengeance, we must be prepared.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it not been for Shenhe.
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous. If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong Ballista, and find oneself compelled to admit that you have evidenced some degree of novel thinking. You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. This is considerable progress compared to the last time. Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial satisfactory enough. But there will no doubt be further trials to come in the future. Do not suppose that one will not continue observing you hereafter.
While the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure Liyue's safety.
Shenhe, one saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago, and noticed the air of dejection in which you returned. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a different experience.
Yes. I can't explain it, but I feel happier than I expected.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shenhe. She is a dear child. In fact, one has many fond memories of Shenhe's childhood that you may be interested to hear about.
There'll be no need for that.
Oh. They are all like this. Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you. One shall be going homeward now.
Please, have a good rest. Come to the Jade Chamber when you have recovered your energy. We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact that Liyue has weathered another crisis. This banquet must be the most spectacular ever.
Und sagen die, not my problem anymore. Okay. Das hat mich jetzt gewundert. Ich dachte, das ist echt einfach nur so eine Szenerie und auf einmal, wumm, Kampf gegen Rosals Frau. Okay, warum auch nicht? Die auf einmal eine Hydra ist. Wenn ich gerade eh schon hier stehe, kann ich auch das Erz einsammeln. Achso, Kicking. Stimmt, ich wollte echt mal nachgucken, was der Drachenschrei nicht jetzt genau macht. Weil meine Kicking hat halt extrem wenig ATK. Ich würde mal interessieren, was mehr Damage machen würde bei ihr dann. Ja, 27 KT. Wie viel KT habe ich? 27 runter, 20 sind 15, also 30 runter, 40. Das heißt, ich müsste ein KT-Kopfteil nehmen. Dann würde... Habe ich das nicht sowieso schon? Moment. Nee, habe ich nicht. Das hat... Das ist schon Crit Damage. Sind 62% richtig? Also nicht mal 66? Egal. Ja. Das hat aber schon 9,3% drauf. Okay, zweimal HP glaube ich auch, aber... bessere Teile. Ich meine, das hier wäre halt wieder eine gute Alternative. 40% weniger Crit-Schaden. Dafür die ganze Crit-Rate. Also ich würde 4% Crit-Rate mehr haben. Dann die Waffe. 510 Base-Schaden. Increases damage dealt by normal and charge attacks of 40%. Drachenschrei. Increases damage against opponents affected by Pyro or Electro by 36. Ja gut, okay, nee, eigentlich... Das ist die... Nicht Battle Pass-Variante wahrscheinlich dann. Also, nee, es lohnt sich nicht. Deshalb müssen sie affected sein davon, damit es mehr Schaden macht. Und zweitens... Nee, das funktioniert nicht auf ihr. Bei Chichi bin ich überlegen. Blut oder das Ding? Macht beides wenig Sinn. Könnte auch Chichi das Amenoma Kageuchi geben. Und das Avonio-Schwert, was ich mittlerweile jetzt auch habe, könnte Jean bekommen. Mal gucken. Ja, eventuell will ich nochmal Physical umtrimmen, aber mal gucken. Ist das schon ihr neues Kleid? Nee. Oder? Nee, ist ein normales Kleid, glaube ich. Alter, ist die klein.
The Millilith's casualties are within the range we expected. But in hindsight, there were still flaws with our plan. If we'd had more time, we could have built a barrier here to absorb the impact of the waves. We must learn from this experience and never repeat the same mistakes again. We were fortunate to have your assistance this time. Thank you.
Naja, wir wurden gegen den Berg geschleudert, aber okay. Ist nicht so viel getan, wenn man es genau betrachtet. Den ja Dreck kaputt gegangen oder was? Wow, einmal benutzt, Dreck kaputt.
Can't catch me.
Und meanwhile in der Summe so, wow, Feuerwerk. Ach, das Ding schwebt sogar diesmal noch wieder oben über der Stadt. Nice. Kommt man von irgendeinem Berg dahin? Glaub nicht, schade. Hätte was. Das erklärt doch, warum jetzt hier der Teleportpunkt mit dem Schiff ist. In gewisser Weise. Man kann sich hoch teleportieren. Sexy. Das gefällt mir. Ja gut, Enkonomia wird noch erkundet. Dann passiert noch irgendwas in Enkonomia. Irgendeine Quest wahrscheinlich. Und dann gibt's noch die Schlucht, die Chasm. Und dann im Sommer, Herbst kommt Sumero. Sieht nach einem guten Plan aus, oder? Und dann sind alle Leaks so weit weg. Jade Chamber, teleportieren. Wir wollen jetzt schon das Stück aufführen. Wow.
Wow, everyone's already seated.
Die Terrasse ist doch jetzt auch viel größer als vorher, oder?
It's Paimon's first time attending a banquet in the Jade Chamber. The food here looks amazing.
All of you here are my distinguished guests. I am determined that each of you thoroughly enjoys yourself. Those who don't drink alcohol, please, help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one. I trust you will find the marvelous view from the Jade Chamber to be an equally gratifying indulgence.
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here. I've never missed any of Miss Yun's performances, and I don't intend to start now. I hear she's going to perform The Divine Damsel of Devastation today, the one written by her father. I've been so excited that I've barely slept the last few nights.
Hey, look! Miss Yun is going on stage!
神女披冠到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
What did you think? Personally, I thought I sang rather well.
It was beautiful. Paimon wants to learn too.
It was wonderful. Also, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the Divine Damsel of Devastation is a more nuanced tale than ever. The play has an ending, but life goes on. I believe you will find a way to fit in Liyue Harbor.
Thank you. I think I've found the opportunity I needed to change.
Ms. Yun, here you are. Great to see you. Huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Yeah, that's it, like an Adeptus. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The Divine Damsel herself. And look who else we have here, the illustrious traveler. Well, I'll be. This was definitely worth showing up for. Let me pull up a chair, all right? We'll all have a friendly chat, get better acquainted.
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if you'd prefer to finish your drink via the orifice of your own choice.
Uh-oh, this feels all too familiar. Shenhe's back to her old self again.
Sie recht, hat sie recht. It's Steam, she still has a long way to go.
Hey, what are you doing?
Calm down, Shenhe. Calm down.
Dragonhairs False Fin. 2 Stück. Lass mich raten, die muss man irgendwo in Enkanomia einsetzen. Irgendwie sowas. Okay. The still water flow. The now awakened Enkanomia calls out to a hero beneath the still water lies in Iram. Aha. Sutao. Und alle tot.
More wine! More wine!
Mhm. Das ist aber ein echt kleines Publikum. Also, dafür die ganze Bühne aufbauen. Ich weiß, das soll irgendwie klassisches chinesisches Operngedöns sein. Aber ich fand das jetzt ehrlich grauenhaft. Also, entweder ist es die chinesische Sprache oder die Stimme einfach von dem Synchronsprecher der Sängerin. Die Begleitmusik war okay. Und die Geschichte an sich war auch nett. Und die 2D-Animation. Aber der Rest war nicht so meins. So, kann man nicht irgendwas... Kann man theoretisch von hier oben? Nein, bis nach Inazuma kommt man nicht. Aber... Interessant. Ach, wir sind über den Wolken, genau. Ich wollte gerade sagen, warum ist Watatsumi irgendwie so komplett... wobei... Es könnte auch das ganz normale Meer sein, eigentlich. Das ist das ganz normale Meer. Das sind keine Wolken. Es ist einfach halb untergegangen gefühlt. Was ja auch hinkommt. Sieht doch von Weitem komisch aus. Und ganz hinten sieht man Tsurumi auch noch so ein bisschen. Oh. Ist schon ganz nett. Also die Welt ist schon nicht klein. Rivalens Ruinen, Drachengrad. Kann man nicht von hier aus vielleicht irgendwie sehen, was da hinten noch abgeht? Also erst noch mit den beiden reden, hier und Jin.
To act, one must first feel. After our trip to Mount Tianheng together, I felt much more in touch with the character today. I believe I was able to deliver a more profound performance because of it.
Und was mich verwirrt, dass es nur einen Performer gab. Ist es im traditionellen Chinesischen auch so? In der Oper? Dass es nur eine Sängerin gibt, die irgendwie alles macht? Hm.
Next time I have a new opera, may we study the character together again.
Oh, bitte nicht.
Now that I think about it, I'm glad Master sent me here to deliver the sigils. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the chance to meet you. I'm sure I have much to learn from you in the future.
Also ich gehe einfach mal davon aus, dass zwischen den ganzen Events mehrere Tage vergehen. Weil man geht davon aus, dass man aus Liyue Harbor einen Fußmarsch hat bis zum Dorf, dann da einen Tag oder so verweilt. Die Zeit beim Steinchen sammeln war bestimmt auch ein bisschen verzerrt durch die Sphäre. Und so weiter. Also man muss sich die Tage dazwischen so ein bisschen selber denken. So ein bisschen Zeitraffermäßig. Okay. Dann macht das Ganze nämlich Sinn. Weil ansonsten, ja, wir haben gerade vor 5 Minuten noch Osails Frau bekämpft und jetzt sind wir hier oben. Why not?
You've made an exceptional contribution toward the building of the new Jade Chamber. I will not forget this. I shall be sure to repay your kindness at an appropriate juncture.
So, Inventar, was steht jetzt bei den komischen... Ja gut, okay, das ist nämlich das Indiz auch dafür, mehr oder weniger. Okay, das Key of the Moon Buff Deep, das ist ein Quest-Item. Das habe ich jetzt hier. Precious Items. Jetzt bin ich verwirrt, hä? Wo sind die komischen Finnen jetzt? Das war ein lila Item, da bin ich mir sicher. Das waren 2. Sind die hier? Ist das Deko? Soll das Deko sein? Nee, Deko ist es auch nicht. I'm confused. Where the fuck is das hier? Kann ich nur hier sein oder nicht? Das Ding, das Ding, das Ding, das Ding, die. Bap. Aha. Dispensary? Nö. Ist das hier ein Material? Kann eigentlich auch nicht sein, nee. Ist das zu essen? Nope. Das ist ein Character Material? Also ein Material hier? Ach. Das ist ein Character Development Item. Dragon Hair's False Fin. Character Level Up Material. A piece of biological tissue that you found after defeating the the baptismal V-Sharps. Ah. Kann es sein, dass die Geoechsen in Enkanomia die Überreste von Osails Frau verschlungen haben und die deswegen das droppen? Das kann sein. Also, it looks like a fin of some kind. It doesn't actually have any function at all. People of Byakuyakoku once investigated the baptismal Y-shapes quite deeply. Their most distinctive feature was the ability to choose what traits it wished to pass on to its offspring because of their great hatred for humanity. These Y-shapes will lose any visual acuity by the time they reach maturity. At the same time, they have also evolved a certain degree of elemental polymorphism for combat purpose. Aha. Okay. Von mir aus. Artefakte. Alter, ich habe echt nur 566. Okay. Das ist wenig. Ist hier noch irgendwas Cooles eigentlich bei, was mich irgendwie ansprechen sollte? Ja gut, das Savonio-Schwert, halt die Flöte oder der Drachenschrei. Löwen. Lion's Roar. Ist im Deutschen, glaube ich, Drachenschrei. Lion's Roar, Drachenschrei, okay. Spot Descension, bla bla. Diffig Blade. Anstreichernoten. Bla 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 bla. Alles uninteressant. Eigentlich, würde ich mal sagen. Falsche 61,3 Energy Recharge. Warum hat das eigentlich 61,3 und der nur 30,6? Muss ich das verstehen? Das macht keinen Sinn. 565. Ah, der ist stärker wahrscheinlich, oder? Ja, der ist deutlich stärker. Okay. LA Flash, genau. Hatte ich gewechselt. Mal gucken, wie ich das Ganze umändere. Und ob das auf irgendwie so Sinn macht, weiß ich nicht, aber die Dinger kann ich, glaube ich, erst heute wieder farmen. Von daher, heute oder morgen? Ich hoffe auch heute. Dann kann ich nämlich zu Ende machen. Und rumtesten. Ja, hier ist schon wieder keine Musik. Wow. Also, wie kommen die Leute nicht hier hoch, wenn man sich nicht teleportiert? Gibt es 10 Steine, um hier hochzufliegen wieder, oder? Wie ist das? Ich freue mich aber schon, wenn das Ding hier bleibt und das Area irgendwann freigedeckt wird. Dann kann man schön von da oben hier runterfliegen überall. Das wird so schön. Fällt mir noch irgendwas ein, was ich jetzt machen könnte schnell? Gibt es noch irgendwas? Also irgendwann morgen werde ich mich dann um Enkanomia so ein bisschen kümmern. Auf die Katze habe ich jetzt auch keine Lust mehr. Wünsche habe ich gemacht. Shenhe ist ein netter Charakter mal wieder. Ich habe irgendwie Chongy Boy vermisst so ein bisschen, aber er wurde zumindest von Xingquo. Ich habe den Namen vorhin gehört. Xingqiu war es, glaube ich. Von Xingqiu gehört, aber naja. Ja, das war leider nicht der richtige. Ich hätte den Pfad nicht auf Jade Spear setzen sollen. Hätte es funktioniert wahrscheinlich. Es hätte funktioniert, wenn es nicht so gewesen wäre. mal echt einen guten Ausblick. Der Berg ist aber noch höher. Da frage ich mich doch gerade. Ja. Was zum... was zum... Was war das jetzt? What? Jetzt bin ich verwirrt. Was stand da jetzt? I'm confused. Warum werde ich auf einmal resettet mitten in der Luft und werde neu geladen? Okay, keine Ahnung warum. Einfach nur so. Man müsste ja schon denken, also der Jade-Palast, Jade Chamber, der hat schon so ein bisschen was von einem UFO für die Leute, die hier unten sind. Okay, hier ist der Fahrstuhl. Geht der auch? Bei Yun. Bla 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 bla. Moon irgendwas, bla bla. Oh, er bringt mich echt hoch. Cool, hätte ich nicht gedacht. Okay, ich werde jetzt nochmal runterfallen. Ja gut, und hier ist wieder alles abgebaut. War zu erwarten. Diesmal kein Reset. Okay. Ja gut, das habe ich alles gemacht. Wir haben Zettel nach 1. Ich gucke jetzt noch einen Film oder so vielleicht. Und hoffe, dass ich dann einschlafe heute. Also eher als gestern. So. Während des Films kann ich noch so ein bisschen Nebenkram machen wieder. Wie Resin benutzen und keine Ahnung was. Gut, dann, ja, war ganz nett, war eine schöne Geschichte um Shenhe. Besser als so, ja, wie die meisten anderen alten Legendenaufträge. Aber gut, dass wir auch mal können auf Archontenauftrag. Also Archon-Auftrag. Und allein dieses Zwischenkapitel war so viel besser als das meiste von Inazuma. Den Anfang fand ich nett bei Inazuma. Der Mittelteil war... das Ende war halt auch so... Ja, aber naja. So, Achievements. Was habe ich hier noch? Oh, what the fuck. Rise for the Jade Chamber. Complete the reconstruction of the Jade Chamber. Defeat Based. Avenger of the Vortex. Based. Kann ich mir nicht merken. Witness the truth of the village history. Complete the crane returns on the wind. So, das waren jetzt knapp 2,5 Stunden oder so durch heute. Hat sich mal gelohnt. Gut, dann sage ich an der Stelle jetzt ciao. Ich werde leicht müde und mein Arm geht sogar mittlerweile wieder. Leichte Kopfschmerzen, aber mein Arm fühlt sich wieder einigermaßen gut an jetzt. Keine Ahnung, warum. Kam vielleicht für ein paar Häppchen nebenbei. Und dann würde ich sagen, gucke ich mir morgen Enkanomiya an. Klingt nach einem Plan. Dementsprechend sage ich ciao und bis dann.